The new concept of the interior equipment, now that's already what I touched upon when we talked about the overall styling. And I'd like to ask you now to have a look at this exhibit, which is an original Panamera cockpit, because over here I'd like to present the key functional details of the new Porsche Advanced Cockpit to you. Now once again, the basic architecture. We've got the instrument cluster with the analog ref counter at the center, to its left and to its rear, two 7-inch displays. Then over here the 12.3 display above the center console in the middle of the dashboard, and then the rising center console with touch-sensitive control panels. And that's what I specifically would like to start talking about now, the center console. I've told you before that all of the switches and buttons have been removed from the interior equipment. They've been replaced by touch-sensitive surfaces, and in the center console, in its upper third, you can see the main vehicle functions, which you can also select on the PCM as software keys. Then below that, we've got the various AC functions, and in the lower third, we've got all of the vehicle and driving functions.
Force feedback
where we also have direct forced feedback. This brings me to the instrument cluster. Now, I've told you before, we've got two 7-inch screens, and to the left all of the speed and assist functions can be selected, and to do so you use the rotary push button in the left heart of the steering wheel. For example, here we've got information on the speed limit, which you can set, or you can also select the ACC or the Porsche InnoDrive mode. Now the display to the right is operated by the right-hand rotary push button in the steering wheel. Here once again you can scroll through various functions. We've got a G-force meter, all-wheel distribution, the onboard computer, and what's certainly also very interesting is the navigation information. Now this is, as I've told you before, a rotary push button, and thus you can also zoom in and zoom out of the map. You can also realign the map, and you can confirm your selection by pushing the button, and to return you just select the back button. So much for the instrument cluster. Let's now have a look at the 12.3 screen, or I rather would like to talk about what's behind it and the main functions it accommodates. This is our new Porsche Communication Management, which has also been newly developed from scratch, and the new Panamera is connected to the internet as standard. And there's a wide range of functions available on Porsche Communication Management in terms of navigation, infotainment and assistance systems. Now I'd like to present some of the key functions of the PCM. Now here to the left you've got the 14 main menu levels. These are the functional areas such as media, phone, navigation. And here, for example, the key chassis functions can be adjusted. And for a start, I'd like to take you to the navigation system. Let's select the destination. Now tonight we're going to meet at the Tegernsee Hotel, and I want to search for that destination via Google, and I'm going to enter my destination via voice control. Enter your destination.
Hotel das Tegernsee.
Now that voice string which I just entered, namely the Tegernsee Hotel, is transmitted to a Google server which searches for the appropriate destination, and the results are then transmitted back to the PCM. And I select option number 1 because that is the Tegernsee Hotel, my destination. You want to start navigating to the Tegernsee Hotel? Yes, I do. And now the navigation function has been launched. And well, I have selected now the direct route to the hotel.
Ich würde die
Now the computer continues its calculation.
dann, ich kann es Ihnen zeigen. In Navigation hier unter Traffic.
And then, for example, by selecting traffic, you can also get real-time traffic information to find out whether any traffic jams coming up.
Diese Strecke auch auf Wunsch umfahren.
And then, of course, if there's a traffic jam coming up, that you can select an alternative route. Now, there's a second function I'd like to briefly demonstrate to you. That's connecting your smartphone to the new system. For that purpose, I select the device manager under Devices.
Im neuen Panamera.
That's also a new function that we introduced in this new Panamera, and now I want to connect my smartphone to the car system. For that purpose I have to activate the Bluetooth function on my smartphone. Then I select Search Devices, and here this is my iPhone, which has found directly. I've just got to confirm the code on my smartphone, and now my smartphone gets connected to the PCM.
Koppeln auf die Art und
And you can thus connect as many devices as you like, and here you can now see that my smartphone has been activated for telephony and music streaming.
Gerade wenn Sie Daten übertragen wollen in
And if you want to also
Heimatredaktion,
transmit data back to the office, for example, or back home, that you can also use the Wi-Fi hotspot
ganz normal
of the car, and like in a hotel room you connect to that Wi-Fi hotspot. Up to 5 devices can thus be connected to the vehicle, and these devices will thus be able to connect to the internet via the very powerful antenna of the car. So my phone has now been connected, and now in the media menu I can either select a radio station,
für den jeweiligen Kontext, dann beispielsweise
and then of course if I select Bluetooth, then I also can play the music which I stored on my
dann
smartphone.
die Sie auch über die WLAN-Verbindung dann auf Ihr Handy und von dort.
And you can also use the Wi-Fi connection on your smartphone to download the information from the internet and then play it via the streaming function. So, we have entered the destination, we have connected our smartphones, so you are ready to go. I told you before
Designteil gezeigt.
in the styling presentation that you start the engine by pushing a button located to the left of the steering wheel. Well, talking about engines, we have developed 3 entirely new engines for the new Panamera.